Okay, welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm gonna do the usual. I need to just post the video on all of the channels so that people know where to find me and all the good things like that. So just bear with me whilst I do that. It won't take a second. It never does take very long, to be fair. But yeah, just bear with me for just a second whilst I basically does it. But yeah, today's video or today's stream predominantly, which is obviously what it is at the moment, is going to be about the future of this game, the future of arcs in general. Where do you think we're going to be heading / going? Because obviously the game, quite frankly, isn't, in my opinion, in looking like it's going to be in a great state. This time next year, if it was to continue, and if that is the case, then what would you want me to play in its replacement? I have been looking at the moment. There's a few things that I've seen in terms of mobile games that I've personally seen, but I'm interested to know what you would like to see as well, because maybe I can look into it, and who knows, I might actually like it as well. So pop up, send me your suggestions, and let's get started now that I've posted all that stuff in the right place. You might hear Winston munching his little beef bone in the background, so again, I do apologize for that, but a doggy must do a doggy things. But yes, so let's jump into this. Let's get the chat up so I can actually see it. Boom. There we go. Okay, move that over so I can see the chat. Happy days. Okay. In fact, can I just get this open in a new window? Sign into chat. Open browser. Okay. I'm signed into chat. So if you post anything, I should be able to chat. Hello. There we go. I should be able to chat now. That's if it decides to want to post. We'll have to wait and see. It does. It works. Happy days. Okay, so we're going to be doing a bit of swarms in the background because we have got dailies to do whilst we talk about all this new stuff. And most of the stuff that I'm going to tell you is going to be coming from a website called Sensor Tower. I'm going to get it up. And if you really obviously want to, you can obviously find it on Google. Literally just Google it, go into Sensor Tower, put in Sensor Tower top grossing. It'll come up with the top chart. And then in the search icon, all you need to put is Star Trek Fleet Command. Obviously, there's two different variants that pop up. They give you the Android version and they give you the iOS version. I'm going to click the Android for the sake of this conversation. And basically what it gives you is it gives you a view breakdown, a brief breakdown, because you do have to pay for it to get the full statistics. But if you get a brief breakdown of the overview for a month, it tells you basically all the positive and all the negative breakdowns per day for the entirety of April, May, and obviously halfway through June. It is relatively up to date, I would say. And yeah, it's not looking great if you actually read the statistics. If I'm honest, mostly it's sort of 50-50 on some days. It's sort of about the same. And then on some other days, it does swing heavily in the favor of positive. And then other days, it does swing heavily in the favor of negative as well, which is not great. And it's only getting, if you look at the trend, it's only getting worse going into this month, which, if I'm honest, is for obvious reasons. The fact that, they've done an entirely money grabbing situation with regards to, this month and this arc. So to be honest, it doesn't actually surprise me in the slightest that, we're getting, these problems as such with the arc and everything like that. But yeah, it's one of them where If this game goes, obviously that means I go for the short term until I find a new game to play or a new game to be able to cover on the channel that you guys may like. I'm not entirely sure whether you guys like what are they called? Sort of strategy, bit like Civilization. So sort of strategy-esque games, bit like Civilization. Because there's a new few games out that I would like to try, probably in maybe in a month, next couple of months. And that one of them is Dune, Dune, D-U-N-E, Dune, which is a new game out at the moment. Again, is very, very similar to Civilization in the way that sort of game style works. And then there's another game out as well, which is very much in the sense of Command and Conquer style, which is Starship Trooper. And if I'm honest, it looks really good and I would like to try them on the channel, but I don't know what you guys think of certain things. It's not, to be honest, Admiral or Pegasus, it's not me giving up on them. I mean, I'm still going to be covering this game for the foreseeable future as far as I'm aware. I'm definitely going to be covering at least the rest of this year. And like I say, going into next year, this information is not coming from me. This is coming from a website that literally its job is to find trends and to monitor trends in certain games. And in particular, this one is to do with mobile games. And yeah, to be honest, it's not coming from me. It's coming from this game, and overall the trend is negative. A lot of that, you're right, is to do with their short-sightedness with regards to, the way they planned and organized this arc, for example. But at the end of the day, that's only this month. And we're only, we're two-thirds of pretty much two-thirds of the way through this month. So, like I say, it's not just this month. It's certainly the entirety of May as well, and most of April. So you got to look back in terms of the arcs and what we had in May and April as well. And we had obviously the lower deck stuff. I personally thought the lower deck stuff was a sort of breath of fresh air, so to say. I thought they were really good. But obviously, I'm only one person, and I don't speak for everybody. Therefore, it can only monitor what data it has available to it. And like, as I say, the trend is it's on its way down. This game is slowly, because it is slowly. It's not fast. It is slowly, but it's definitely slowly decreasing, which is, not a great sign. I mean, the facts are, this month alone, it only had 80,000 downloads, or May, sorry, it only had 80,000 downloads, new downloads, that is, worldwide. And on iOS, it only had 30,000 new downloads worldwide. So a combination of 110,000 worldwide, which for this type of game is not a lot of downloads. Compare that to something like a new game that's out at the moment, which is Genshin, for example. It's been out for, I think, a couple of months, maybe. But it's relatively new in comparison to this game. And Genshin last month, in the same month of May, managed to get 1.2 million downloads worldwide. So you can sort of see the difference. And then you look at Raid Shadow Legends, which has been out for fucking ages as well. And that's still managing to get, nearly 1 million downloads every month, like without fail. So yeah, there's definitely a long way to go with regards to this game. This game is unfortunately on a decline, which is not ideal. To be honest, this year has been a bit crap in terms of content, 100%. Deep Space Nine should add some Shazam when it arrives. Yeah, possibly. In fact, Pegasus, go on to Discord. I'm going to message you a second privately. I just want to see if you're... Just go on to Discord. Don't want to announce anything because just in case. Welcome, Borg, as always. Welcome to you. Is he here? Yeah, Winston's here. Let's switch the camera view for you, boy. I know you like you like your daily dose of Winston. So let's give you a show. Winston, come here. Say hello. Sit. Good boy. Say hello. Say paw. What's that, paw? Thank you. Good boy. Here we go. Daily dose of Winston. Say hello. Hello, everybody. My name is Winston. There you go. Get your daily dose of Winston there. Hope you enjoyed that, Borg. Hope everyone enjoyed that. That's my little first officer Winston there. But yeah. Cool. I'm just going to get my headphones set up so I can actually hear. So we're going to have a special guest on today. We're going to be having Admiral Pegasus join us today so we can have a little chat about the game as a whole this year and where it's going into the future. I just need to switch over to you. And unfortunately, I am going to have to wear my headphones, otherwise I'm not going to be able to hear a freaking word. But yeah, so we're going to switch over to that. Join call. Boom. Hopefully, Hopefully, we can get things set up so you can hear everyone. Yeah, it's me. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Do I? Let me check my settings. Yeah, no worries. Let me see if I can because I don't think anyone else can hear it. Properties. We need to go to you. We need to go to you. There we go. Now everyone should be able to hear good old Admiral when he talks. Yeah, you can hear me. Yeah, but I've just turned him on so you should, in theory, be able to hear Pegasus as well. I'm presuming you can hear me. Yeah. I can hear you though, Pegasus. That helps. Question is, can you hear me talking back to you? Oh. Did we end? No. Do I need voice? Yeah. Hello? What's going on? I need to change my settings, I think. Which I need to find.
Yeah, wired headsets. That's fine. Do I need
Voice.
to press that for it to work?
Import is default, which should technically it should be my Blue Yeti. Whether it is or not, I have no idea. It could be my end. One sec. Don't show again. Go away. I need to set up my Yeti as default, it seems. Which, for some reason, I'm not entirely sure why it isn't. Yeah, not entirely sure why it is not set up as my default. Output, yeah. What are you doing? What's going on, people? What is going on with this? User settings, yes, voice and blah blah blah. I mean, if need be, I'll just grab if I can. I'll have to grab my mic for this headset, which I have no idea where that is. But it should, in theory, be set up with my Yeti. Which I have no idea why Discord is being a dickhead about it. Call. It should technically be set up. Well, it looks like Discord is not detecting your input device. Yeah, of course it's not. Why is it not detecting my input device? Because it's a fucking pain in the ass. Oh, God's sakes. Pegasus, I have no idea what the hell's going on. Let me just read some chats. I think we're still on in terms of talking on the stream. Question is probably, does Star Trek Command have a future? Also, lovely top Paris avatar there. Yeah, not bad, eh? Kevin, my avatar is top Paris plate. Is your dry dock E? Where am I up to? Is your dry dock E soon going to be built? Yeah, it should be very soon. We're just waiting to collectively collect the 2-star that we need, because we need like 500. No, sorry, like 700 more 2-star for some reason, uncommon, which is ridiculous, essentially. But we should have that, you know, once we basically get the 2-star that's required, which I find absolutely ridiculous, if I'm perfectly honest. I don't know why we need 2-star materials to do the 5th dry dock. I know I haven't done it for that long, but I don't know what's going on. I haven't spoke on Discord in so long. For some reason, I now can't change the settings to so that my Blue Yeti, which is my main microphone, is my actual like default thing to use. I'm not entirely sure what the hell's going on. I need to get, whilst I'm playing, I'm sort of in the background here, just like sort of looking at my computer settings to see why it's not as my default settings. Has someone hit me? What the hell? Why am I so low? I mean, we have nearly finished this, to be fair. I've got 2 more to hit. Let's just hit them. Yeah, let me go into my PC settings and find out what the hell is going on. Because this is a little bit silly. See, it's things that, I mean, it doesn't even recognize Discord as a thing. So yeah, I literally have no idea what the hell's going on. Voice recording, blah 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 blah. Winston's really loud. Yeah, nothing wrong with my PC. In terms of Discord itself, I go into settings and can't do anything for some reason. Yeah, don't know why. It won't let me input anything in the default. It just says default, which is not the right setting, which is obviously not helpful in the slightest whatsoever. Oh God, how annoying. Do I have my, oh sorry Winston, sort of tripped him up a little bit there. I don't think I've got my mic on me with regards to my headset mic. Let me see if this works. If I set that back to you. Yes. Set that to you. And then go to Discord. Discord settings. Yes. Okay, now we have everything set up. Holy crap, that was stupid. Okay, right. Admiral, I'm going to phone you right now. And hopefully everything works out. Jesus Christ, Discord, you piece of crap. Anyway. Right, as long as everyone on the stream can hear me, that is the main thing right now. I will sort talking with Pegasus in the background, hopefully. Hopefully you can hear me to start with. Because I am very much struggling to hear him. Do I need to go to that one? And then output needs to be 1 second, Pegasus, 1 second. Boom. Is that doing anything for you? Can you hear me? Can you not hear me? I've literally got no idea right now what the hell it's even doing. I can't hear you now though, Pegasus. If that's, I don't know if that's you or whether that's me. This is a bit stupid.
Yeah, I can hear you, buddy.
Oh, cool. I can hear you now as well. Thank God. Right. Right, here we go.
You guys give me a moment, mate, because my daughter's decided she needs some help.
Yeah, no worries. I'll just give you a mute for a second, and when you're ready, just pop on and I should be able to hear you. Okay, so, right. Anyway, in the chat, let's get back to the chat. Let me, where the hell was I up to? Not sure why I couldn't hear anything. Yep, done that one. Maybe the port is blocked. Nope, sorted, Kevin. We are sorted. Pegasus is going to be on in just a second. We're going to have a little chat about where the game is, where we're up to in the game, obviously, and the future of the game as a whole. I'm just going to get this killed because I can't be bothered warping all the way back. He's very faint. I'll try and turn it up so that he is faint. He might come closer to the mic or something when he's dealt with his family problems. Winston can do what he wants. He's what? He's a star, 5-star to be precise. I presume that's out of 5-star. Yeah, he is a pretty good dog. To be fair, he's pretty cool. Do very much like him. You know what I mean? So he is a pretty cool dog overall. Yeah, the volume, like I say, I saw the volume out once he comes back from dealing with his daughter, and then we'll turn the volume up so you can hear him and me chatting, and then we can talk about the game, talk about the arc. And obviously, whilst we are talking, if anyone's got any questions for either me or him, collectively, or something that we could potentially answer together or something, then please do let us know in the comments. As at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. That's what we're doing this for. We're doing this for you guys and stuff like that. Even if you're watching this on YouTube at a later date, any questions that you do have, then please do let me know in the comments down below. And I will get back to you literally within the same day. I comment back to every single person unless it's a comment that obviously doesn't warrant my response. Because I know a lot of people just comment saying well done or nice video or something like that. And I know that doesn't warrant a response in most cases. But I do heart every comment that I do read. I make sure I heart it. So if your comment's been hearted, it means that I've read that comment. I either haven't responded to it for whatever reason yet, or you know why I haven't responded, because it might not warrant a response. How are you getting the new officers unlocked? So I was 13-hour repair time. Yeah, it's pretty steep, to be fair, Matthew. This is the Franklin Alpha version, though, so this is not the standard Franklin. The Franklin Alpha, I believe, is classed as a 4-star ship? Maybe? Grade? Is that what it's under? I'm pretty sure it's classed as a 4-star. Let's go to it. Let's just go to it. Don't know why I'm saying it might be or not. Let's just find it. It's not that far, I don't think. Maybe it's only a 3-star ship. Oh no, it is. Yeah, there it is, a 4-star ship. There it is. So the Franklin Alpha, this is what I'm rocking at the moment. That's what you're just seeing me use to take out the swarms. So we are rocking the Franklin Alpha. It is classed as a 4-star ship, which is why it comes with such a premium in terms of repair time. And it also is incredibly expensive for what it is. Considering it's a sort of one sort of hit wonder type of ship, it is really, really expensive to repair and stuff like that. I know it's not compared to obviously the other main warships, but in terms of what that ship does, it is quite expensive. The way I'm getting officers for the new stuff, I mean, I managed to complete the arc today. That's me done now. I've got 3 days to basically gain the overflow, essentially. But the main ways I'm completing it are by, obviously, this in itself, by collecting all of these and completing the arc itself. I've got, obviously, 16 more to get Spock, and I believe I've got about, I'm pretty much halfway to Lan, however you say her second name. I have watched all of I am up to date with Star Trek as well, by the way. So any questions about that, I might be able to answer some or talk about and everything. I can only talk about the latest episode. The next episode for me comes out tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, on Saturday, sorry. So I won't be able to talk about it until then. But yeah, so the other ways I'm getting the officers, whilst Winston throws his bone on the floor because he's annoyed at it, is these obviously side missions and stuff. That's the only other way that I've been able to basically get these officer shards. For example, I managed to complete this, which in turn managed to get the results for this one, and I managed to get all of them, which obviously got 10 shards for her as well. And to be honest, that's the only way that I can think of that's been able to manage to get shards for the new officers, because if you go to the officer tabs, I don't know where, other than here, this is the only place that I know of to be able to get them, outside of doing the events. So other than here, which you're not guaranteed anything because it's all by chance, and the chances, as you can see by the icon here, are stupidly small. So just bear that in mind. Stupidly low chance to get anything from them. This is the only place that I know you can get it outside of the events. So I hope that helps, Kevin. But yeah, it's just a bit awkward, really. Jesus Christ. Bloody hell, he's a bit choky today. Right. Let me turn Admiral on. Turn them on. And I don't think anyone's going to be able to see you, Admiral, other than me, but that's fine. I'm sure you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine. Howdy, guys. It's good to be here and join Admiral B for his live streams. It's actually very rare that I actually get to join people on stream. In fact, it's very rare I get to watch people doing live. But I've got your YouTube channel up on my phone at the minute, and I think it's actually a few seconds behind. But I noticed you was talking about the sourcing for Lalon and Spock. Would I be right in that?
Yeah, can you not hear me through Discord?
I can hear you perfectly through Discord, but your YouTube's just sort of like I
yeah,
think
it's fine.
Behind it.
You might just if you want to just mute the stream itself. If you want to, I mean, you can leave it on, but just mute it and then we'll chat.
Yeah, I've got it up for the comments if anybody wants to ask any questions, of course. Because at the minute, what I can see is I can actually see your officer board and what officers you've actually got unlocked and everything ready to upgrade and things like that.
I'm talking about them at the moment, about the new, like you say, talking about the new officers, with regards to Lalon and Spock and stuff like that, with regards to where to get them, how to get them, and the only way that the only way that I've personally seen to get them is obviously through the events itself, through the in terms of the events that have been running, through the battle pass and that weird officer sort of shenanigans tab that basically you never get any tokens for, because it doesn't give you any Medal of Honor chests, because you obviously need to be in the top sort of 3 to win any of them. And at the moment, they're the only places. Can I turn up his volume? Yes, okay. It should be pretty high. Well, his volume's as high as I can put it, so.
Right, I'm hoping mine volume's actually at a reasonable level. Mine's maxed out as well.
Cool. Well, Kevin, we can't put it up any higher than it is. So if it's too quiet, turn yours up. That's the only thing that's probably low now.
And unfortunately, my son's woken up.
Oh God. Well, if you need to go, mate. If you need to go, then that's fine. But
I'll just put the microphone on mute for a moment and go figure out what's wrong. Hopefully, it's going to be something quick.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no worries.
So,
anyway, so while he's sorting out, we'll carry on chatting about these officers. We got it up and then he goes away. Typical. We can hear you, lad. Yeah. So yeah, when he comes back, we'll have a little chat about where to get these officers and what the whole rigmarole is around these officers a bit more. The only one that I actually care about, if I'm perfectly honest with you, with regards to the new officers, I'll get them all up now. I want to do it by group. Come on. No, I want to do it by group and not click on morale. Thank you very much. So if we go to the bottom, get to the new officers, which are right at the bottom here. So the only one that I personally care about is Lalan. Just because of her abilities. Her secondary ability being an increased base warp speed of 50%, which I think is really freaking good. That's higher than anybody else in the game. Besides, obviously, the mining crew in terms of what's her name? Helvia? Is that her name? Helvia? Where is she? Yeah, Helvia. Helvia is the only person that beats this ability. However, Helvia's ability obviously has a caveat of as soon as any cargo is within the ship, her ability does not work anymore. So if you want to look in terms of general overall sort of warp, the only other officer that comes compared to the Lalan is going to be Stammet, and that is the base or the common version of Stammet, which is the origin Stammet here. And his ability, as you can see by the secondary here, is only a 45% bonus, which obviously her base bonus is already higher than that at 50%. So that's, again, I think personally is going to help massively with obviously getting around the galaxy, getting around different missions and stuff like that. And then her lower deck ability, which I think is really, really good as well, which is secure cargo. It just allows you to get that max cargo up even higher. So when you do things like for the amalgam, again, it's something that can definitely help be used on the amalgam, in my opinion, because you can get your then base cargo up quite substantially, or the max cargo up quite substantially, therefore being able to do your sort of amalgam stuff if you're obviously being able to do the amalgam. Borg Barrett will boost your speed. Does he? Oh, Borg Barrett. Oh, I haven't got him. Borg Barrett, where are you? Where are you? You're probably around here somewhere. Where are you? Let's go to the Borg crew. Yeah, so we've got the Borg in here. Which one's... Is that... That's not Barrett, is it? Is that Barrett? Huh. It looked like one of the other Borg officers. I don't know why I didn't realize that was Barrett. But yeah, again, he increased warp speed by 30% as well. But you can get it higher with hers, which is why her ability is incredibly good. Yeah, Kev, found him. Thank you very much. I didn't realize that was Barrett for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it does look like him, but I guess I say that, but he looks like every other Klingon in the game, so it's kind of hard to say. I'll take your word on it. I'm not saying that's wrong or anything, but he definitely still does. He looks like all the other Klingons, which is, you know, I guess that's a little bit sort of single-minded of me, I guess. But yeah, he's really good. Or she's really good, should I say. And out of the others, I mean, some of their abilities are okay. Like when fighting hostile, Spock decreases the hostile critical hit chance, but you're never going to use him as an officer, as in the captain. So really is a pointless thing. Heavy shields. Again, this is a good one. in terms of shield deflection, dodge, yada yada yada. I think that's really good as an officer ability. You can make use of that in places. Moving on to then Pike himself. Officer ability, you're looking at when fighting hostiles again. He's trying to increase this sort of hostile hunting sort of vibe that's coming from Pike, i.e. the other Pike that we got from the original, or from the whatever the class in it as series or of films. The other Pike, obviously, is a massive, you can't go wrong when you're using him for hostile hunting. And I feel like that's what they wanted to imply on this Pike as well. They wanted to sort of add that little bit of viability in terms of the pikeness, I guess, that's coming from it. So when fighting hostiles, Pike increases shield mitigation by 4%, which is, to be honest, can be very useful. And then his second ability is when fighting hostiles, Pike decreases hostile shield mitigation by 10%. Again, can be very useful because the less they mitigate on the shields, the more you're going to penetrate and hit them and then get through the shields and through to the ship, which is going to help you in the long run, massively. And then the last officer is Barclay. I don't know why I just didn't move along there. As then win them over, which is increase the base defense of all the officers by 5%. Questionable how useful that one is. And then increase the ship's base protection cargo by 30%, which is the only reason I would use this officer. And I would pair him up with someone like Talan or someone like that to get the biggest base protection that you could possibly get on the ship. For example, if I was to run my... let's go back and let's have a look. If I was to run, for example, the Meridian, my base protection, this is the crew I run with this because it mines... probably doesn't mine the fastest, but it mines at a pretty decent speed because of the isogen parts of it to get 10%. You get 40% there and you get another 40% here, so 80% in total. Plus the ship itself gives off obviously nearly 3,000. But you get obviously 200% protected cargo off to land. And my protected cargo at the moment is only currently sat at 63,000. Bearing in mind I've got the research max for protected cargo on the ship. And we are sat at tier 6. No upgrades as of this time, but we can actually do that one. So maybe we will. I would think I will. And then we'll see what the protected cargo goes up to. I'm not bothered about the mining speed because the mining speed we can deal with. So we have got that done. So let's get that one upgrade done. See what it goes to, if any. If it goes up by anything. So if I click you, go to you, go to the... Go up. So that takes it from 63, and that'll take it to 76,000 with obviously even more cargo capacity. It pretty much doubles my cargo capacity as well, which is insane. That's quite a lot. So you know what? Let's get that. Next one we'll do is obviously the miner itself. But it only adds 6%, so it's kind of irrelevant if I'm honest. It only adds 50% overall to the mining bonus, which is a 6% boost to the ship. So it's kind of irrelevant. Don't really need it. The cargo protection is something that you definitely want on this ship because it makes life a little bit easier when it goes out. Obviously trying to collect all of the different things. Whilst we're speaking about it, let's send it out and collect some staff. Let's send it to a decent node at least. All right, we'll just send it to you then, wherever. So he's back. He's back. Right, let's switch over to you again. Switch over, and I need to turn you on, so bear with me, Pegasus. Okay, boom. Okay, you're all muted again, so we can't talk.
Howdy, howdy. I'm back again, hopefully, for a little bit longer this time. So what are we up to and talking about? Because I can see you looking at isogen.
Oh no, I was just saying about the new officers in terms of what my thoughts are on the 4 new officers and what the order of getting them would be, and in my obviously with my gameplay and style, and obviously in mind, and my personal sort of with that in mind, obviously gameplay and everything style. Me personally, I would want Leland first because of what she offers in terms of her warp capability and obviously the max cargo capability. And then after that, after that ability, I'm really not that fussed on Spock and Pike because I don't really think they're going to be that overwhelmingly good overall.
Right. You're level 39, aren't you,
Yeah,
Admiral?
yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to be much cop for you at current. Unfortunately, he's not going to be much cop when it comes to the lower levels, because I do have Pike. I actually got him through the solo leaderboard because I went and upgraded my legionary, as you probably saw from one of my last videos. So I've got him, and to be honest, he wasn't much in a fight on his own. I think where Pike is really going to benefit is when he's got full synergy and you're getting that extra 10% added to his already to his 4% shield deflection, is it? Something like that.
Mitigation
So,
is, yeah.
Yeah, so Pike was really going to come into his own in like the high end of G4 into G5, basically replacing our standard Pike, Moreau, Chen, and Talon. When it comes to Lalan, yes, I would highly agree. She would you really want to try and get her for her below deck ability. Her officer's ability, don't worry too much about it. There's plenty of other officers that offer higher warp speeds and get you from A to B. But it's definitely going to be her below deck, especially if you are an avid base raider. She's going to add that extra 25% straight out the box. And as for Spock,
I don't know. Just whilst we're staying on Lalana a second, I don't know, because you say about the warp speed, and you say there's other officers that can offer a higher sort of value. Not really though, because if you look at in terms of her base value, which is 50% warp bonus, outside of that, the only other people you're looking at is obviously Origin Stamets, which is 45%, and then you're looking at obviously 11 of 11, which is 30%. And then obviously, yes, you have Helvia. The problem with Helvia, as soon as you have cargo, if you're doing missions or doing anything the way you need to hit hostiles, as soon as you have obviously cargoing in the ship, you're buggered because it doesn't work. So
yeah, Helvia and her counterpart Divina, I'll call her. They are literally one trip ponies, not one trick, one trip ponies. So
yeah, quite literally. That's what I mean. So it's, I don't know. I think she will be. I think personally she'll be incredibly useful because she's got a bit higher base than she's got a higher base than any other character, and obviously with synergy and stuff, so it might work out in mostly in our favor.
Yeah, absolutely. To be honest, I actually do have to agree with that bit. I mean, hopefully tonight I'm actually going to unlock her, because I am going to be doing a Medal of Honor boxes on camera. So RNG permitting, and cross fingers here, I would have to say yes, that she would be good, and hopefully I'm going to be getting her. I'm also hoping I'm going to get Spock, but being 12 shards away at current is a bit of a tall ask. But luckily, we do get 2 shards in the today's Stellar event, which is obviously go out and kill the hostiles in exchange space. You will get 2 in the final milestone for that one. So obviously that's going to bring mine down to 10. But yeah, I'm really hoping that I do get them, but it is RNG based.
Well, yeah,
and
that's the thing.
To be perfectly honest, I don't trust Scoper's RNG.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, the fact that they put everything at 1% chance, it says everything, in my opinion. I mean, Kevin's just said Pike won't be very useful until potentially we get number 1 in, which obviously might bolster his ability, obviously even more. I think they will, hopefully they design it to the point where obviously Pike and number 1 synergize and work collectively really, really well together, as they do in the series.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing is, when it comes to the remaining officers, there's a lot of things that they really do need to fill in. I mean, it's like they've introduced Spock with his ability to attack hot interceptors, but only from explorers. So obviously you've still got the other 2 types, battleships and interceptors, to actually have an officer for to kill the targets that they're stronger against. So at least that's going to be 2 officers that I can see. You've got, as we've mentioned, Lalan and a cargo sizing piece. If they're going to carry on the same sequence, they need a lower deck ability for protected cargo, and then they're going to need something to mirror Pike as well, in regards to what is it? His is shield mitigation, so probably something lowering your opponent's mitigation.
Well, he does. He does both.
Does he boat?
Yeah,
I've not really
so
looked into him properly.
Pike's
So
ability is his captain's maneuver ability is to increase his own mitigation by
mhm.
4%, and his secondary officer ability is to decrease the hostile ship's mitigation by 10%. So
Yeah. So
he does
in
both.
other words, they're going to need an officer, which that flips the other way around then.
Yeah,
So,
basically, yeah, to counteract.
um,
But the thing is, though,
yeah,
you don't really need to counter him because his ability only works on hostiles, so it doesn't work on players. So therefore, his ability
mm,
doesn't really need.
yeah,
You don't really need a counter for him, so to say.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, if anyone's thinking about using these new Strange New World officers in PvP action, forget it.
yeah,
These are PvE officers, and they are basically your higher level PvE. Because obviously, as you notice from Chan, if you call Chan up on your screen, you'll see that she's got that mitigation of 30% when she's maxed out. Couple that with the original Pike Moreau, obviously that's what gives you 90%, 96% weapons reduction against hostiles. But she stops at 51, so which means you can't take her higher. Talon
yeah,
is
yeah.
exactly the
So
same when it comes to interceptors. Kath, I think she carries on. She'll go on above 51. But when it comes to the new Strange New Worlds, these are going to be your crew for above 50, for 52 and above, really,
but
to take on the
basically,
bigger hostiles. So that's where they're going to be effective.
yeah. So basically, as we've all basically spoke about this entire last 20 days that this arc has basically been out, this entire arc is, and all the officers include, or most of the officers included, are all designed for players that, the top 10% of the player base who are all
Mm.
at these
It's,
super high level players, which we
yeah,
will never
it's a
ever.
spender's arc.
Oh yeah,
There's no
100%.
doubt about it. This is a spender's arc. If you wanted to do anything through free to play, it was Pike with the solo leaderboard, and that's if you actually saved up enough materials and directives to actually do it, or yeah, RNG it. Take your
Yeah, well,
chances with
that's the thing.
RNG.
RNG, like as you said as well, RNG with Scopely, you may as well just forget about
Yeah,
it.
you might as well just sack it off and say, yeah, okay, we're not going to get anywhere this month. And what's really upset me is the fact is how many players have left the game because of the way Scopely have been running things over the last several weeks. Now, yes, I'm not going to deny it, they have done some good this month. The UI interface changes to the officers and the ship menus. Who they've been talking to, I really don't know. The officers one is a brilliant one. The ship one, I really don't get why that's been added. The
Yeah,
4 officers added to the transporter patterns. Why Celia's in it, I really do not know. But 3 of 11, cracking one. I cracked her out straight away. But there have been some good things brought into the game, but unfortunately it is massively overshadowed by the fact that this arc, when it was originally incepted months and months ago, because I've heard apparently these arcs are planned months in advance. Scopely were given the information, basically told we need a Strange New Worlds arc. Here you go, and this was before we knew anything about the officers. The only upside to this arc is the missions. I have seen the officer reflections in the characters, in the writing for the missions, for the Strange New World missions. So that's been good. So
yeah. I mean, there is obviously a few questionable things, like as you've already alluded to. I mean, there's certain officers that got added to the transporters, for example, which are, if I'm honest, kind of pointless in most cases. I think out
yeah,
of the new officers, I think the only useful ones, even being honest, are probably TOS Kirk and obviously 3 of 11. I would say both
I
of
totally
them.
agree.
They're the only useful
Right,
ones out of the new ones, I would say.
yeah,
Um,
Riker's also going to be a good one, but again, he's going to be one that you're going to have to tier up to actually notice anything decent at the lower level.
but even
Yeah,
then, I mean, I'll go back to it on the stream so everyone can see what we're talking about. But even when you look at his sort of I don't know, sort of his abilities, I would say. I mean, his abilities are obviously to do with armadas in the most case. Obviously his captain's ability is 100% to damage of armadas every round cumulative, so that will stack up over time due to the fact that hopefully your ship will last more than one round. And then
Yeah.
I would hope so anyway. And then obviously a secondary ability, which is 100% to damage against Federation hostiles / armadas. So, I mean, the whole.
Yeah.
I don't really understand. I mean, I understand his character, but I don't really understand why it's against so much against Federation armadas.
I don't know, because Riker's always been a very active Federation.
Yeah.
He's got his
I
juvenile side
personally
to him,
would
but
probably put it against probably if we're looking at the Riker in Next Generation. I mean, who are their biggest adversaries? Well, it could be everyone, to be honest. But if you go off sort of say what was it in? If you go off sort of was it in Discovery? I think it was in Discovery. He popped in, didn't he, to help out? And the series, obviously Discovery series, he popped in to help out against the Romulans. Obviously, they were fighting the Romulans. Was it Discovery? I think it is. Was it Discovery?
no, I think you might be on
Oh,
about
I'm
like
talking
Star
about
Trek
Picard.
Enterprise.
No, I'm talking about the
Oh,
original.
Picard.
Yeah, the first series of Picard. That's what I'm on
Yeah,
about. In the first
yeah. He
series of
jumped on one
Picard,
of those
he jumps in.
new
Yeah, he jumps in the new
ships.
types of ship, and obviously with his entire armada with him to fight off the Romulans. So I thought they might have gone
That
down
was
that sort of route, to like sort of hit the Romulans, but then they've sort of changed it around to hit the Federation. And I'm not entirely sure
yeah.
why you would do that.
Yeah, Kevin's just said it there on your stream. Riker was part of the officer exchange program where he served aboard the Klingon ship IKS Prague as a first officer, and he obviously took command of that ship and went up against the Enterprise when they had that bacteria eating away at their hulls. So
I mean, he
going up
did,
against the
but I mean, I think that's a bit of a cop out because I think that his
yeah,
ability is a bit of a cop out because they're going off one event that happened in an entire series and films of where he was predominantly Federation based.
mm.
So,
Well, and it's like you've got Deanna and you've got Geordie. They'll do the other two, but in TNG, both Deanna and Geordie had issues with the Romulans. Deanna was kidnapped, surgically altered, and made to pose as Tel Shiar. Geordie was kidnapped, brainwashed, sent back to the Enterprise to kill a Klingon. So, in the sense, really, you've got them two against the other two factions, Romulan and Klingon. So, really, the only thing that was left for Riker could have been Federation. I think that's the way Scopely was looking at it. So, I think
I mean,
cop out,
yeah,
yes,
I guess.
definitely. It
I'm
was.
obviously their logic is I don't even know what their logic of thinking is, to be honest.
I don't think it exists on this planet.
I really don't want to even try and comprehend what they're thinking because it probably just will kill, like, just hurt. But
Mm,
it's definitely more of a. I mean, just some of their sort of decisions they've made over the. I mean, I quite enjoyed the Lower Deck arc last month and the month before. I thought that was sort of, I thought it was quite interactive. I thought that was I was hoping for that to be the change into, I don't know, the new way of thinking. And then I was hoping this month, as pretty much I think everyone else was hoping, this month was going to lead bang straight into obviously Deep Space Nine. And it was like,
oh yeah,
there's
I
Deep
was
Space
really hoping for
Nine,
DS9.
and then you're going to get maybe 3 arcs of Deep Space Nines on the bounce. Obviously that would have been this month, July and August. There you go, all the way to September, sorted with Deep Space Nine content. And they could have brought
I
in
think
new, obviously, skins, new everything to do with the base and all that.
yeah,
But
I think DS9 is going to be a 5-parter. If I'm honest, I think it's going to be a 5-parter, just like TNG was, because there is so much that they can do with Deep Space Nine, which includes like things like the Dominion War, the
I
build
mean,
up to the
yeah,
Dominion
I
War.
mean, you probably have to help me out here because I'm not, to be honest, I haven't really watched too much of Deep Space Nine because I didn't really sort of get into it too much.
It takes
But
some getting into. The first season is pretty. Yeah, I'll probably find about 3 or 4 episodes in it. Second season, I'll probably get up to about 7. But it's when um, third season is where things really start kicking off, and they actually bring Worf into it by the end of the season. Actually, it's the start of season 4, I think,
what
when
is
the
the
Federation
ambassador?
Klingons go to war. No, not the ambassador. He actually joins Deep Space Nine crew as a strategic officer.
Okay. See, I
So,
don't know much about. To be honest, I can't really judge Deep Space Nine too much because I don't really know too much about it. I mean, when you talk about TNG, I do. I mean, off the top of my head, I probably don't know that much, but I do know more about that as a basis because I
oh,
did obviously watch more TNG than anything else.
yeah, I caught most of it all on Netflix. I mean, I'm 37. I was around when TNG came out and everything, and DS9 and Voyager. So I do remember. I think it was Voyager I predominantly watched, and Enterprise at the time. But yeah, exactly, Kevin. Cisco gets better when he shaves his head. He becomes more of a true style human being, whereas Picard is more the diplomat and, well, we won't do this, we won't do that. Whereas Cisco comes in, and there's even an episode where he has an officer betray him and he starts gunning for that officer. So just things like that. I mean, it's like, I'm presuming you've heard of the Marquis. So
Yeah.
there's that they could bring in.
Yeah.
There is a lot with Deep Space Nine they could bring in, and I can only hope that they do a better job with the storyline for DS9 than they did for TNG.
I mean, moving away a little bit from Deep Space Nine, I genuinely thought when they brought the Ferengi arc in, which was what now I think was that February.
February, March.
Yeah, so when they brought that in, obviously, other than the fact that it was a massive disaster, in my opinion, but other than that, I genuinely thought that was a perfect opportunity for them to bring in something that I've been talking about for probably about, I don't know, Borg will probably be able to remind me, but easily about 2 years, I think, which is some form of like black market style thing. Um,
Yes.
I mean,
The
that was
market that's been sat
such
there for
that
3
was
years.
such a good arc to potentially bring in a black market type of
Absolutely.
thing. Where I mean,
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm not saying they should have gone off what I suggested with it, but I mean, my
Oh,
suggestion. I mean, you can tell me what you think of my suggestion, but my suggestion was it only appears say probably every 2 weeks, and it only lasts for say 2 days at a time every 2 weeks, and in that
mhm.
time you can purchase and exchange absolutely anything in your items, your chest, your anything you want. You can exchange anything and get anything you want. The only
I totally
downside,
agree.
the only downside to using it is you would get a some form of bounty styles reward put on your head that essentially it would indicate where your ships are at any time all around the galaxy, and it would basically warn every
Ooh.
single player on your server that you have a bounty of this much, credits or materials or resources. And if they destroy any of your ships, doesn't matter which one it was in particular, if they destroy any of your ships or alternatively destroy your base, they would get that
Mm.
bounty for it. And I thought that was such a good thing to add to the game. And it would obviously it would only last for a certain period of time, depending on obviously what type of thing you got from the black market. Obviously, everything from the black market would have been obviously in its common, uncommon, rare, and epic
Yeah.
forms. And depending on how lucrative the item, i.e., a common item, maybe the bounty only lasted an hour. Whereas an epic item, you got a 24-hour window where the bounty is active. You know what I mean? And I thought that type of thing would have brought so much more PvP to the game, so much more like tactics to the game to try and get away with things and time things, and and put things in the black market that it's on a timer. So every
Yeah.
say, I don't know, every say like how many hours? So every say 6 hours, which means it'll reset 4 times a day. So every 6 hours, the whole thing would reset, and all the items that were in it in that 6 hours will be completely different in the next 6 hours, so that people can't wait to the very last 6 hours, i.e., the last hour of the game, or that being open, i.e., the second day, that last
Mm.
hour, and then buy absolutely everything. Therefore, they wouldn't then get the bounty put on them because obviously that would
It's
be over.
I was thinking something similar on those lines just within the last week or so to do with the event store, which constantly is open and closed. You never know when it's coming around. Put something in there permanently. Now, your idea about showing your location of your ships as a consequence, that's not a bad idea. But I'd probably say it's not a good idea for alliances like yourself, where you've just lost your miner to an enemy. But so
But that's only because we're
But
at war. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it is what it is. I'm not really bothered about the minor.
it is, unfortunately. But Kevin also brought up a good thing from the Ferengi art, the Dabo tables. Yes, that was a good idea. However, what the packs they actually put in it were, I was extremely disappointed. It was supposed to be pick your own rewards. Well, why would I want to put steel and ore together? Maybe I want some steel and I want some gas at the same time. Well, instead, I've got to go through 2 different packs to get stuff that I may not needed, but
No, definitely.
maybe definitely with the Dabo table. I mean, it's a good idea. Just needs expanded, needs made bigger, more
Well,
options.
it was just executed in a poor manner.
It's copy and paste.
Yeah,
It's copy and paste.
they just
Literally,
executed it really
just throw in a
poorly
couple more spits.
because they just thought. Well, again, I don't know what their thinking was of. Oh well, their thinking is, or the thinking was, in the sense that, as you've just said, well, what if I wanted that with that rather than obviously getting, say, gas and ore? You wanted gas and crystal, for example. You know, I don't know what order it was in, but just say that for an example. It's the reason they did it that way is because they know what statistically people want in terms of lucrative type of materials. So they're forcing you to have to get both of them. That's what they wanted to do. You know what I mean?
I think it was laziness.
And no, it probably is a bit of laziness on their part. It's probably a bit of a lot of things, to be honest. But you know, overall, like you say, it's probably a bit of copy and paste. It's probably a bit of laziness going, just forget it. We're not going to add any more. That'll do type of attitude to have. And then on the other side of that, it's probably maybe they've looked at a couple of stats and they've gone, well, more people want, gas and crystal, so let's separate them to force them to go for both of them 2 different things.
Yeah, Scopely are heavy on their analytics, which is why people like Rev Juice and Ultimate DJs have strongly suggested don't do the Galaxy Tree, the new add-in to the Galaxy Tree. I'm boycotting it, but I will actually build up the Rhodidium in case it becomes valuable later. But it's just with Scopely looking at all their analytics, all they're doing is just looking at data.
Yeah, they don't listen to the players. I don't think they actually have.
I don't think they actually have anybody who plays the game and understands it. Luckily, our new community manager, Eco, luckily he's getting into the game. He's been getting a lot of help off Rev Juice. And
I've been calling him Echo, to be honest.
Eco. I'm not even sure which way around it goes, but I
think it is. I think in English, because I had to Google this just to make sure I was saying it right. In English, it says on Google it is pronounced Echo. But everyone in America calls him Eco. But since I am English and we invented the language, I mean, since we invented English and I'm from England, I'm going to call him Echo.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I'm from England. I'm up near the River Humber, so that's where I am. Perhaps I shouldn't have revealed that bit, but hey ho.
Hey, I'm from by the River Mersey, so I'm by a river myself.
So you're just across the continent from me. So, but yeah, so Eco's obviously playing the game, but it's the game design team. I don't think anybody gives them feedback on anything. I don't think any of them play it, and it's just so frustrating. It's like this arc is a prime example of how frustrating it is for the players when there are certain departments in Scopely who don't listen, or certain departments who just don't give a rat's bum.
Oh no, 100%. I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to the fact that even if he does play the game, you got to look at what account is he using. What type of account is it? What server is he using? Who is he playing with? Because at the end of the day, I mean, if I was in his position, I mean, you're gonna want to be playing in a position where, quite frankly, you don't need to do any of the events because why do you have to? Because you work for them. You're just trying to monitor the game, so you shouldn't need to do any of the events. You don't need to do any of the grinding elements because you can just fucking hotkey it and boom, there you go. You get the officer, you get the new ship. You can do whatever you want, basically cheat code it into the game, into your game. You know what I mean? And I don't, like I say, I don't want I don't know what position he's in when he's playing the game. And I certainly don't know what server he's on when he's playing the game. Is it a closed server to just say
No,
super testers? Is it a
no. I think
active
he's actually
server?
playing on. I think he's actually playing on a live server, and he's not using all the things that you suggest. I think he's actually playing the game as the rest of us are playing it, so he can see what's going on. So he can see the frustration. Obviously, he's not. I don't think he's up to our level yet at 39. So, but yeah,
Well, he's got a lot
but
more
he's definitely
frustration
playing
to
the game.
go than to get there.
Oh yes, and I'm sure he's going to see the refinery. I mean, yeah, I mean having that week-long bonus refinery. I mean, I don't know how people
I mean, we had the
felt
6 day
about that. Me, I
refinery.
actually enjoyed it.
We had a
I sat
six
down, worked out all
day.
the timings.
Yeah. We had a
Yeah, I sat
six
down,
day
worked out all
bonus
the.
refinery, and like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't get up in the middle of the night to do it, but I did
Oh
it.
no, I didn't.
Obviously, I did it every time I was awake, as much as
Yeah,
obviously
I was
possibly I
like,
could do. But I
yeah,
thought it was
I
good.
sat down and I worked out all the timings. And to be perfectly honest, during that 6 days, do you know how many extra refineries you would have actually got compared to just doing it twice a day and getting up every 10 hours and pulling your refinery? Do you know how many extra you would have got?
No idea.
One.
Great. Yeah.
One
So
extra pull. That is it.
yes, I
So
mean,
it's
like
like,
I say, I pulled it pretty much twice a day, every day it was on.
I
You know
did.
what I mean? I only did the 2 chests. I didn't do 3 because I don't have enough materials. But I only did 2 chests
No.
each time. But it was one of them where it was like I thought it was good. I don't know why they don't bring that back. I mean, I've been advocating for the fact that 3-star materials is such a big problem in this game for so
It is,
long
and
now. I mean, but
I will give Scopely the due here that it has increased
marginally.
by a certain amount to try and make it easier. But at the end of the day, when you look at how much materials you need for your research, for your base,
Yeah,
for your ships,
I'll just show
just
you. I mean,
and
just
what
my
you actually
ship
get in the
alone.
refinery.
Just my ship alone, just to put it into perspective. I mean, I have a tier 5 auger, which is not overly, I mean, that's middle of the road auger sort of tier. Tier 5. I wouldn't say that was overly big or anything like that.
Mine,
I'm completely
mine's
maxed
tier
out.
five as well.
Yeah, I am completely maxed out in terms of my research with regards to mitigating the amount of obviously materials needed.
Mm,
That's all completely maxed, and it still costs me 3,889
yeah,
uncommon 3-star or to be able to upgrade just the
yeah.
armor.
What's your
Yeah,
armor for your auger?
my armor.
Yeah, I
That
know you haven't
was
got enough materials at the minute.
my armor. 3,889 and
Right, so
625.
you're the same efficiency level that I'm actually at as well, because that's what my armor costs, and I need armor and the obliterator to do mine to tier 6.
Yeah,
But I'm
so
upgrading my enterprise at the minute.
my last one is the armor. That's the last one I need for the auger, and then obviously the
Mm,
cargo bay, which I always do last anyway because it's pointless. I just
yeah,
can't believe that the cargo bay costs 68.3 million titanium. Completely fucking waste of
yeah.
titanium.
Well, yeah, I'm not quite sure how much my stuff costs in titanium because I don't really keep track of that bit. It's the materials I focus on,
Yeah.
keeping an eye on
Well,
them.
the
But
titanium I don't really look at too much. It is the material cost, and that's the material cost for the armor that I have so
yeah,
far. But I have maxed out
68 million. That's
what.
rather cheap.
No, it is
That's
in
cheap
compar.
compared to what we're going to.
No, it is. I mean, you compare it to the armor, for example, it's 137.2 million that I have to pay
Mm,
for mine. Obviously, I don't have that many mitigations with titanium, to be fair, because I don't really focus on them in terms of the tech tree. So
mm.
it probably could be lower than that, but because I don't focus on it so much, I'm basically
Yeah.
hindering myself with that one. But that's my
I,
problem, not.
I would definitely highly recommend before you even think about
Oh yeah,
Operations 40 is get your efficiency across the board for buildings, your ship, your
yeah. I
resources,
mean, well,
materials. Get it all as high as you can get it.
that's what's something I'm focusing on at the moment. I mean, in my research, I'll
Mm,
quickly go to it because I can't remember what I'm doing at the moment. What am I working on right now? So my efficiency construction, that's getting worked on right now, which will be all then level 6 for research,
mm,
ship, and obviously construction. They'll all be level 6 for which is maxed obviously for the territory research tree. In
yeah.
terms of the actual other statistics, I mean, you can obviously get the mitigation down a little bit more with regards to the ore, but I can't remember for the life of me where it was. Is it
Yeah.
in station? I think it's in station, that the end
In station news?
So one of them for the Romulan ships is improves the cost efficiency of titanium, dilithium, and Romulan ship components. For example,
that's in your
that's
galaxy
in,
tree.
That one's in station.
Not your galaxy, your combat tree.
So that one.
I think no,
it's in station tree. I've got it.
No, it's in your galaxy tree.
Ship construction.
Ship structure. Yeah.
Yeah, ship construction. Yeah. Ship structure is in station tree, which is obviously going to help with regards to the resources that we were just talking about. In terms of materials, yes, you're right. I believe it's in Galaxy Tree at the end somewhere, which is the Romulan ore, pure ore, which improves the cost efficiency of the ore for Romulan ship components. Which at the moment I have mine at level 5. Obviously, it can go with one more for level 39. The only problem is I don't want to commit to it yet because it's a 43-day freaking research.
Yeah, unless you got the speed ups for it. What I will say is on that on the one you've just had up in your Galaxy, your station tree. Don't worry about the repair speed up for your ships. Literally, don't. If you've got the speed ups to do that, then use your speed ups. If you try a lot, you're going to get plenty of speed ups just doing your combat dailies for your factions. So don't worry about.
I only have it at level 1
speed.
So
yeah,
and I was just doing just like get it unlocked.
I wouldn't recommend going any higher. Just leave it there. Obviously, focus on your efficiency. Repair speed can come later on when you actually finally break 40, where you just bash it up to get it faster before you start getting your G4 ships. Because obviously, speed it does start taking days and days when you get into the G4 region for repairs. But
yes, I mean that's the thing. Yeah, I mean I'm not overly. I mean at the moment, my time I've only been level 39 now for I think just over a month, maybe.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I'd have to look back on the videos, but
yeah,
I think
it's around about a month because I remember seeing about 38 just over a month ago.
Yeah, so it's one of them where it's like I don't plan on really upgrading from level 39 to 40 for. I would personally say probably until earliest maybe around September, which is obviously another, at least 3 months away. But even then,
take longer.
But even then, I probably am going to stick here for some time, just to, as you say, just to get my research to the point where I personally think it's probably adequate.
I've been 39 since around December the 10th, and I had no plans to go level 40 until New Year. That could change because I'm constantly chopping and changing my mind of how I'm going to get there because of obviously the jellyfish. Do I want the jellyfish or don't I?
I'm just skipping it. I've already decided I'm just skipping it.
Right. Yes and no on that one because this is what I'm thinking.
I'll get it when I can.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking now because I've looked at doing the jump from 39 to 42 and how much that's going to cost me. How many blueprints do you need? You need 120 for the jellyfish.
How many do I have? I think I've got about 5.
I've got 55. So even finishing third in the jelly event was not going to be good enough for me. But I've been looking at the jump from 39 to 42 and how much that's going to cost me in G4 materials. Now, if I couple that with some G3 materials, I've got a chance of actually winning a jellyfish event outright using both G3 and G4 materials. So it probably makes a bit more sense to get the jellyfish once you breach the 40s, but just save up all the materials, get your efficiency research up to date, and things like that.
Yeah, I've only got Kevin. I've only got 15 shards for the jelly. I'm not, like I say, I'm not overly focusing on it, the events or anything.
So yeah, so I can see it on the screen right now. But yeah,
I mean, the only thing that I am focusing on at the moment, because I mean, don't get me wrong, I do want to get the jellyfish. It's not like I'm saying I'm not going to get it, but I do want to get it, but it might just be at a later date because I am unfortunate for me, but I am a ship collector, so I do want to try and get every ship I can.
I am as well. I'm a ship collector. I think there's a couple that I still need to get, like the North Star. I've still not got the North Star.
I mean, no, I think I have got the North Star myself. But the next ship that I'm personally going for, I mean, is the Vought of War, which is obviously the survey ship for the Romulans. That's the next one I'm going for personally.
No.
I know
Stop.
you. I know. I spoke to you about this the other day. Just warping it.
Yeah.
You said, I know. We spoke about this, but I'm still gonna get it.
Well,
I'm 50
yeah.
shards into it now, so I'm still gonna get it.
Yeah. I mean, that's absolutely fine. If you do want to get it, that's absolutely fine. But I'd probably won't bother using it until the mid 40s, because to be perfectly honest, your G3 faction ships will be more than sufficient.
No, I don't disagree with that, but I mean, like I say, it's just the next ship in the line, and I'm just working slowly towards.
Yeah, that's one line I'm thinking of down, Kevin, is actually getting the jelly pushing through the 40s in the jellyfish event. That is one line I'm thinking down, and I've been doing the maths on it, and the content creators obviously recommend that you scrap 2 Mayflowers, 2 D3s, 2 Legionaries, and I've looked at it. What you're going to scrap for them, you won't get enough uncommon to actually go straight from 39 to 42, unfortunately. So there is going to be a bit of a what do I do here and things like that. So who knows? I mean, you never know when I'm going to push that button for 40. It's going to happen, but when it's going to happen, I don't know. I'm ready for it because my Enterprise is tier 6. It should really be T7 or T8. T7 is only a month or two away, so that's not too far. My August
I'm
T5.
not overly bothered.
And I'm smacking ships and I'm smacking the traders in the transports in Kronos.
Do you spend much?
Not a problem. So, but Borg's put I could care less about the jelly. I'm going to skip it and go for the 4-star PvP ships. Now that's
a
fine.
Viable option, Borg. I mean, literally do what makes you happy in the game.
Yeah, I mean
that's what I always say.
Yeah, that's one thing. This is your obviously. Everyone listen, this is your game. It's up to you how you do it. You can listen to the likes of me, Admiral, Rev Juice, Ultimate DJs, No One Shall, Rooster LaRoost, what's the other one? Half Black Dan or whatever his name is. You can listen to what everyone recommends, but at the end of the day, it comes down to how you want to play the game.
I can't remember what her name is. There's a new girl now doing it, isn't there?
Beck loves plants. Beck likes plants.
Yeah. I've seen a few of her videos now. She came from Twitch, I believe. That's where her audience is mainly coming from, which is why she's grown so fast on YouTube. Because I was sort of worried. I was wondering why she only posted I think when I first seen her, she posted I think it was 4 or 5 videos, and then she already was up to it's something like 800 subscribers, and I was thinking, how the hell is she doing this? You know what I mean? And then I went on and did a bit of background, sort of looking into who, where she's come from and such. And obviously she's got quite a substantial following on Twitch and stuff, which is obviously where the background is coming from. But I mean, it's good to see. It's definitely good to see new people coming into the game. And I think, if I'm not wrong in saying, I think she's the first female content contributor, I believe.
So say that again.
I think she's the first female content contributor, I believe, for this.
She is.
So she is. That's really good to see. I mean, and any of you girls out there, women out there that want to, make videos for this game, then definitely do it. Be part of the community. And it can be hard work, to be fair.
It can, because I'm sat there day after day thinking, what do I need to do a video? What do I need to do a video? I've got the Meridian coming up.
Hey Dale, welcome to the stream. I don't think we're going to be on much longer though, because I've already been on way too long. But yeah, you should do Twitch, Admiral. And
yeah, unfortunately, I can't go on camera yet because I've not figured out how to merge both my tablet and my mobile phone through a Windows 7 laptop. So you can tell how old that laptop's going to be.
Borg, I could do Twitch. Twitch wouldn't be an issue for me personally because I used to exclusively only stream on Twitch.
Redacted. Redacted.
Oh well, I still seen it, Borg. So you're tough. I'm talking about it. But yeah, I did exclusively used to do Twitch streams only. Before I became obviously a sort of an affiliate with YouTube, and then once I became an affiliate with YouTube, once I got over 1,000 subscribers, that's when I moved over, obviously, into predominantly just basically doing it on YouTube instead. The only problem with Twitch,
119.
Yeah, but it took me. What did it? I mean, I've been making content for this game now for 2 years and 2 months, and yeah, 2 years and 2 months I've been making content for this game now, and
Bloody hell! I only
I'm
started in January.
exactly so literally over 2 years now, and I'm like, what? I think I'm sat at like 1,169 or something. I think I last seen
Yeah.
something around that sort of point. But even now, I mean, like, granted, I've gained obviously over 1,668. I'm at the moment, but I mean, granted, obviously, it's relatively sort of high in comparison to yourself, but not really. I mean, it's only 1,000 more, and bearing in mind that 1,000 more has been over a time span of 2 more years. So you got to sort of put that into a little bit of perspective. But yeah, I don't know. There's Dale, yeah, First Officer Winston is grand. He's on the floor at the moment, I think he's trying to sleep. I meant to not let him sleep because my missus told me I'm not allowed to let him sleep. But he looks very relaxed and settled, so I think I might just let him snooze for like 5 minutes.
Who's that?
First Officer Winston, my little First Officer doggo.
All right.
I do not have kids. He is my only child.
Kevin's comment: thoughts on getting to Ops 41 against 42 when moving past 39.
42.
Currently Ops 38, maybe 39 in 2 weeks, unless I get the Twitch to go after Pipe this weekend.
Just go to 42, Kevin. You may as well. 41 doesn't offer you anything exclusively good,
right?
Other than fact that it gives you obviously the mining shit, i.e. the survey ships. So you may as well just go straight to 42, which then unlocks. Obviously, it doesn't only just unlock all the survey ships, it also then unlocks obviously all the 42 ships as well.
Yeah. What I will say is, if you get the Twitch to go after Pike, by all means go get him. But I'd recommend you get to 39 as quickly as possible, and then sit at 39 for at least 6 months. At least get your research up, and I cannot stress this enough. Research, efficiency,
research as well as a few other things. You need to do your research. You need to get your ships ready as well, because don't forget you're going to be having to hit much higher level ships and opponents, and you're going to need to get the warp range as well with regards to your ships, because you're going to need to go much deeper into deep space. And just little things like that. So I mean, ideally, like I said, I've got a tier 5 auger. Ideally, I want to be looking at probably a tier 7 auger just to go onto the level 42s. So to be honest, that's where you really want to be looking at.
Yeah, congratulations, Dale, on Ops 35. Now, I will recommend that you do camp there for a bit, like you're saying that you're going to do. Do camp. Yeah. Get obviously as much efficiency research as you can done. If you've got, I think the Cerritos are also available to you to go after, but you won't be able to build it till 36. And also, what I will say at 35 is you can get the Franklin 8. Now, be prepared for this, because you're going to scrap your original Franklin, and then you're going to be left with no Franklin for 62 days. It depends on how good your research is on ship construction. You're going to be stuck 62 days without a Franklin. So make sure you have enough speed ups before you do the Franklin change.
Yeah, I mean, you can either, Dale, there's two ways of going about the speed up situation. You can do the speed ups, i.e. save up the speed ups and then use the speed ups, or alternatively, you can do what I think 95% of most people do, is use some of your speed ups depending on what you have available, and then just use Latinum. Just go in the 1 day Latinum.
Latinum's a good one.
Just use your Latinum as a 1 day speed up, and then just do however many days you need to cover with the Latinum that you have available to you, and then just do the remainder using your speed ups, whatever that.
Speaking of Latinum, I would actually probably recommend you actually camp at 36. Because at Ops 36, you'll get access to the Parabellum event, which you will be able to gain Latinum for. Basically, it's just go into either Sol, Romulus, or Kronos and smack a transport.
I have done a video on that, by the way. So if you want to know how to hit them, if you're a low level / if you've got not the highest level ship / officers. I have done a video on how probably the most sort of cost effective way of doing it. The other way of doing it, which is the way that I do it now, because I have a much more powerful ship due to my research and my officers and yada yada yada. The other way that I do it now is I just set off literally the essentially the crew that I sort of run is pretty much the standard Pike, Moreau, and it's not Talan in this one. Is it Talan? I think it's Talan as well. And then I just go and hit one of the heavy transports. The reason I hit the
transports get the bigger points.
Yeah, because the reason I hit the heavy ones is, granted, you're going to die every time you hit one, unless you have obviously a ship capable of destroying it, which you probably don't at that level. But you're going to be able to at least take the shields down, and then as soon as you get to the hull, which is where obviously your points come in, you're going to be doing that much damage to the hull. Granted, it's not enough to kill the ship, but you'll be doing that much damage to the hull. You'll only need to do probably one repair, and then to get it sent back, obviously get it.
I used to do 3.
Get it done again. Well, I did it last time it was on, which I believe was last week or something, and I did it. I sent the auger, the crew that I've got now, the ship I've got now, sent it, hit a heavy transporter, obviously destroyed. I had to then repair, did a full repair, sent it back, hit it again, and that was the event complete, done. And then I just let the auger.
That's pretty much what I would end up doing now, because just after the last Parabellum event, I went into Kronos and I started smacking them. And heavy transports, my auger can take out 1 in its current condition with the correct crew loadout. The Enterprise will go in and smash about 4 or 5 normal transports. But Kevin's just mentioned about the jelly and the Parabellum. No. Ops 36 is where Parabellum becomes available to all players. The event that comes with the jellyfish, you have to get the jellyfish first, is the Jellyfish Brawl. So that's basically what we go to.
At 36, because I'm pretty sure I never unlocked it until 39.
It's 36.
Is it?
Oh, no.
It's 39.
No, yeah, sorry, it's 39. Oh my god. Oh, what a thicko moment that is. Yeah. Yes, it's Ops 39 for Parabellum. It's the Jellyfish Pursuit event that starts at 36.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So Dale, no, stick at 35.
Yeah, Kevin, don't worry about it. Just stay at 35s. I think I stayed at 35 for a good... it was a fair few months, I would say. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was last year now, but I definitely stayed at 35 for a fair few months. Oh, you're 38. Sorry,
yeah.
Dale,
yeah,
sorry.
Kevin, when you go to 39, you'll see Dale, stay at 35.
Yeah, Dale, stay at 35. Kevin, I would definitely say just go straight to 39. Do not stick at 38. Pointless. Just go straight to 39 and then stay at 39, because you get access to the Parabellum at that point. And the Parabellum, if you want Latinum, if you want 4-star materials at a very early point in the game, it is 100% the best way of doing it. Not only is it the best way of doing it, if, for example, you can work out some of your gas problems, you can go into your Galaxy. Is it your Galaxy? Yeah, it is your Galaxy tree. You go in your Galaxy tree, and when you've done the event twice, you can actually get the Prime 3-star gas refinery completely for free, as I've done. So that is a thing you can do, and then you just save the rest for when you get a 3-star. When you go into the 4-star ships. So yeah, you can get that one completely free. That's what I did. I didn't pay a single penny for this 3-star gas refinery, and I got it. So yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Kevin, just to whet your appetite about Parabellum, I'm 39, Ops 39. I get 17,500 Latinum for finishing the event.
Yeah, so it's a very good event though. Latinum's really good. Oh yeah, Latinum's really good. It's very easy to do as well, in my opinion, as I've just literally told you how to do it. It's a very easy event to complete. But yeah, it's very good. However, though, Pegasus, we're going to leave it there. I'm going to hang up the phone with yourself, and then I'm going to...
Yeah, that's fine. I need to go...
as well. And then,
I need to go move my son from my bed. So I left him in there to go back to sleep. So I better go move him back into his bed.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully we get some more chats in the future. We'll try and sort something out in the future if we're not...
Yeah, well, I'll say, what time is it now? So, yeah, just after 9:30. So I will be recording a video very shortly in regards to the Medal of Honor trophies as well. So, and hopefully I'll get Spock and Talani in that, but we shall wait and see.
Maybe.
So, but thank you for having me. It's
Yeah,
been
no
a great
problem.
pleasure. It's been a fantastic experience doing a live stream. I can't wait till I finally reach 1,000 subscribers in about 12 years so I can do it myself.
Wouldn't worry about it. You'll get there before you know it. But yeah,
Eventually.
thanks for joining us, and I will
No
talk
problem.
to you next time. Bye-bye, mate.
Live long and prosper.
You too. Well, thank you very much to Pegasus there for joining us on the stream. But yeah, we're going to wrap up there. We're going to have a little anything else you want to say in the chat, then please do point it out. Just want to caveat everything prior to the stream ending, and that is obviously thank you for all of the support so far. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the like button, as it does help me massively. And as always, make sure to comment on every single video you can, as again, it helps me massively. But other than that, they're the free ways to help me. There obviously is more incentive ways in terms of financial ways, but I'm not going to force them upon you. There is memberships and super chats, but again, that is completely your choice. The free ways, I can only sort of push the free ways methods of doing it, and that is subscribing, liking, and commenting. Three best ways, as you know, it's been massively sort of that's how I grow the channel essentially. But thanks everyone for joining me. I'll see you next time. Have a lovely night, have a lovely day, depending on where you are in the world. Live long.